Atin namang pag-uusapan ang masamang dulot ng Nipah virus sa kalusugan ng tao. Makakausap po natin ngayon si Dr. Ron Jean Solante, isang infectious diseases expert at Pangulo ng Philippine College of Physicians. Dr. Solante, magandang tanghali po and welcome po sa Bagong Pilipinas ngayon.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, Doc, umpisahan po natin sa pagkilala nitong Nipah disease. Saan po bang lugar nagmula o ang origin nito at paano po ang transmission ng sakit na ito?
Yes, Nipah virus is a viral infection that originated in Malaysia in 1998. So the first outbreak of a Nipah virus-related infections was documented in Malaysia, and the name itself, Nipah, is also part of that area where the first outbreak was documented. And for several years now, most of the outbreaks of Nipah are situated here in Asia. Maraming mga bansa, kagaya ng Bangladesh, also had several of these outbreaks. And lately, itong India, part of Kerala, I think this is their third or fourth outbreak na nakikita nila. And alam natin na this virus is being carried by fruit bat, yung paniki. And this is also not common in this area. Na itong type of fruit bat are common in this area. And that's why the microorganism, yung virus na yan, when they are carried by that fruit bat, and being handled by a human being, that's the only transmission that has been documented. So manggagaling sa bat and then being handled by a human being. So nanggagaling yung infection sa bat. But in this new outbreak, I think ang nakikita nila ngayon is that there are those people who handled those who were infected that are also being infected by humans. So meron na sila nakitang human-to-human transmission. And that's why tumataas ang mga kaso nito ngayon dito sa Kerala, India. And isa sa mga characteristic ng Nipah virus is that it will really be fatal because of its ability to infect the brain. Yung tinatawag natin na encephalitis. So encephalitis is inflammation of the brain. And you can just imagine when you have an infection that causes inflammation of the brain, it will also affect other functions of other organs, particularly the heart, the lungs, and doon nakikita natin na it can also be a multi-organ infection and can be fatal and deadly.
Okay. Sir, sa mga pag-aaral po, yung po bang mga bat and ang natural carriers ng Nipah disease, posible din po bang matransmit ito through contaminated food?
There are unvalidated report na halimbawa if you are handling these bats and kakainin mo and you did not cook it properly, alam naman natin sa may mga ganong ginagawa yung mga ibang bansa na talagang because of practice na pwedeng kinakain nila, it can also be acquired through that route of transmission. Pero Nina, ang pinaka-common route of transmission is really handling these bats, the fluid, the body fluids, anything that is coming from that bat. Tapos, galing sa kamay, and then you're not washing your hands, doon, papasok yan anywhere sa mouth, sa eyes, or even doon sa mga area na may mga sugat tayo. And that's where the most common route or entry of the virus sa katawan ng tao.
So, sir, hindi po siya air droplets?
Hindi po. Kasi talagang galing siya doon sa bat. Now, halimbawa, may isang tao na infected, kagaya ng nakikita nila ngayon, and being handled by some of those na hindi alam nila na meron na palang Nipah virus. So, the body fluids of those who are being infected na ma-expose yung tao na handling that infected individual without the gloves, without washing their hands, and then touching their face, touching their mouth, then that can also be another route of transmission.
So Doc, para po sa kaalaman ng ating mga kababayan, ano po ba ang mga sintomas na posibleng maramdaman ng isang tao kapag dinapuan na itong Nipah disease? Kasi syempre, andyan na naman tayo na mag-aalala tayo na baka konting ubo, konting sipon, magiging praning na naman yung mga tao, di ba? Kung anong klaseng sakit na nakuha natin, COVID ba to or ordinary fever lang?
Yes, napaka-importanteng tanong na yan, no? Because for one, when you have a Nipah virus infection, ang pinaka-most common manifestation ito is talagang merong lagnat, no? Because it's a systemic type of infection. Pangalawa, yung masakit ang katawan, mabigat, no? And then, this is also associated with severe headache dahil nga ang propensity ng virus na to is talagang dumidiretso siya sa brain, no? And pagkatapos niyan, after 2 to 3 days, yung tao maghihina, hindi na makakakilala, and then yung sensorium niya, no, hindi na siya palaging gising, natutulog, hanggang tulog na lang siya ng tulog, and then eventually hihinto yung function ng lungs niya, hindi na siya makahumihinga, at saka yung puso. And that's always the sequence of mga sintomas nitong klaseng virus nito.
So 2 to 3 days, ganun po siya kabilis. Kung ganun po, gaano naman po kataas ang mortality rate ng Nipah disease simula pa nung ito ay madiskubre?
Napakataas dahil in fact doon sa mga previous outbreaks na document, no, in Bangladesh and in India, it ranged from 50 to 75% ang case fatality rate. So ibig sabihin, for example, 5 ang infected, 3 doon or 4 can die of the infection basta hindi magapan. The other aspect here of the Nipah virus ngayon is that there's no treatment, no? So walang gamot to, walang antiviral, wala talagang maidapat na gamot dito na pwedeng makasave ng life, no? And that's the reason why mataas ang mortality. And at the moment, wala din tayong bakuna pangontra dito sa Nipah virus.
Okay, so just to summarize, no, Asek Weng, this Nipah virus mukhang mas fatal pa sa COVID, no? Sir, dahil sabi niyo sa bawat 5, 3 to 4 pwedeng mamatay, at saka it causes brain inflammation, multi-organ failure, and yung inyong sinasabing sintomas, may lagnat, pananakit ng ulo, parang COVID
trangkaso
din,
lang din.
Parang trangkaso din. So what differentiates this Nipah virus sa mga trangkaso na nararamdaman po natin?
Ang trangkaso kasi, kagaya ng COVID, no, or even flu, no, these are also viral etiology, no, kagaya ng Nipah. But the propensity of this flu and COVID is mainly in the respiratory tract system natin, no, sa lungs. It starts with the throat and then sa lungs. Kaya meron tayong mga sore throat, no, pag-uubo, and then nahirapang huminga. This one is so totally different dahil ito ay lagnat and without respiratory symptoms. So ibig sabihin, hindi ka dadaan doon sa pag-ubo, hindi ka dadaan doon sa naramdaman natin kagaya ng COVID na nahirapan tayong huminga. This one is that paglagnat ka lang, tapos 2 to 3 days, medyo humihina na yung sensorium mo, and then natutulog ka na lang, and then that's it. No? Huminto na yung paghinga mo at saka yung cardiovascular function.
So sir, kung nakakaramdam na po ng gano'n ng isang tao, ano po yung dapat gawin? Pwede po bang uminom ng paracetamol o kahit ano na para maiwasan pa kung sinasabi niyo po na wala po talagang gamot dito? Ano po yung pwedeng gawin?
Yes, that's why, no, sa mga patients or anybody who has manifestations like ito kasi yung mga danger signs, no, mayroon tayong tinatawag na danger signs. Pag meron kang lagnat tapos may kahalong masakit ang ulo, dapat magpakonsulta ka na, no, because anyone that has those two symptoms, sakit ng ulo, severe headache, tapos fever, then most likely you have an infection of the brain, whether it's encephalitis or meningitis. That's so fatal, no? In fact, mayroon tayong mga ganyang klaseng mga other causes na hindi lang Nipah na that can also are as fatal as Nipah virus. Basta apektado na yung ulo mo, napaka-severe ng headache, at the same time you have fever, then these are the symptoms that you need to go to the doctor, consult, and then get some advice, diagnostic test, and most likely, depende rin yan sa status ng severity ng headache mo. Kailangan ka bang i-admit or kailangan ka lang bibigyan ng pain reliever. But importante na makita ka ng doktor para ma-monitor at ma-diagnose ka agad kung bakit ka meron kang ganong severe headache. Before the onset na patulog-tulog ka na and tuloy-tuloy na hindi ka na nagigising, which is already a severe form at irreversible form of the infection.
Siyempre, Dr. Solante, ang tanong ng lahat kung may naitala na ba kayong kaso ng Nipah virus sa bansa?
Well, actually, Nina, no, we have relatively the same virus na kahanay ng Nipah. No? We call it the Nipah virus infection. In 2014, na naitala sa Mindanao, no, sa Sultan Kudarat. And this one, nanggagaling din sa isang animal, no, sa horse, in which the same manifestation as that of the Nipah. But for the Nipah virus alone, wala pa tayo, no? So, which means na we need to be vigilant about this, although it may be remote that it can happen here, or it will be yung mga nakikitang kaso natin sa India makapasok dito sa Pilipinas. But again, kailangan lang natin i-monitor ang mga kaso na to dahil in any country na nandito itong kagaya nitong infection na to, like a tropical country, the Philippines, that will also be a possible scenario.
Sa ibang usapin, Doc, may tanong ang ating kasamahan sa media na si Claire Mondares ng The Manila Times. What is this smog or haze being observed in NCR? Ano po yung mga sakit or illnesses can we get from it? And what should the public do?
Well, napaka-importanting yan, no? Kasi smog, especially itong nangyayari ngayon na merong Taal volcano, no? Nag-erupt, no? This may contain mga harmful chemicals, no? Na nahihalo doon sa air. And ang napaka-vulnerable nito are those individual na meron ng mga lung conditions, no? Like kagaya ng asthma or yung chronic obstructive pulmonary disease dahil because of smoking. So it can aggravate this type of lung disease na pwedeng magiging mas madalas na hinihingal, mas madaling matapuan ng infection, and at the same time yung danger nito na if it can be severe, it can also cause respiratory distress, no? Nahirapang huminga, no? And that's why ang advice natin dito for those mga matatanda, those who are smokers, and those who have asthma, they have to wear something like an N95 mask for them to be protected, no? Because an N95 mask has a better filtering capacity compared to just an ordinary cloth mask or anything like a surgical mask.
So, Dr. Solante, mensahe at paalala nyo na lang po sa ating mga kababayan para hindi naman po tayo mag-alala. Kailangan po ba na yung palalakasin uli natin ng ating resistensya? Ano po yung mga kailangan kainin, inumin para makaiwas sa ganitong klaseng sakit o ano pa mang sakit na pwedeng dumapo sa atin lalo na sa ganitong panahon po?
Yes, no. Of course, unang-una dyan, no, Asek, no, importante na for the vulnerable population, meron tayong mga bakuna to prevent respiratory infection, kagaya ng flu, pneumococcal vaccine, and pertussis. No? So, we need to get those kasi napaka-importante nun. Meron kang added layer of protection. Pangalawa, you have to keep yourself healthy. For those who have comorbidities like diabetes, mga asthma, or may mga hypertension, you have to maintain your medications para hindi ka maging unstable at hindi lalala. At pangatlo, if you have some of this vulnerable ka to this mga respiratory harmful effect ng air, then you have to wear face mask, and of course you have to be healthy, you have to eat healthy food, exercise, and tamang rest, no, or tulog para at least yung katawan natin pwedeng lalaban doon sa mga infection.
So ngayon, wag muna nating itatago ang ating mga mask.
Yes,
mask
that's
is
true.
still a mask pa rin pala. Kasi di ba,
Opo.
Doc, hindi na nga po mandatory yung pagsusuot. Pero dahil sa smog at dahil dito sa
May VOG kasi po.
Sa virus.
Doc, ibahin lang natin kasi iba yung VOG na galing po sa Taal Volcano that causes parang acid rain
Oo.
na may sulfur dioxide. Iba rin po itong hangin na smog na nahihinga
Nandito sa
natin
Metro Manila.
na caused by pollution. But just the same, pareho lang yung gagawin. Kailangan ba N95? Kasi yung iba hindi naman makahinga.
Oo, N95,
Pag N95 sa
KF94.
Metro Manila, Dr. Solante?
Yes, Nina, no? Kasi the N95 mask, talagang itong mga harmful irritants sa air, especially smog, or more especially sa VOG, napakapino nito, no? So, ibig sabihin, they're so fine that it can't penetrate readily. Pag mag-inhale ka, diretso na yan sa lungs, hindi na yan sasabit dito sa lalamunan mo, no? And that's the danger there because kung lungs na ang diretso niyan, then that can really be harmful in terms of paghinga natin. So we advise na gamitin natin N95 over the cloth mask or what we call the surgical mask.
Okay, maraming salamat po, sir. At tayo nga po ay maging, sabi nga ni sir, maging vigilant lang din at ating pangalagaan ang ating kalusugan. So nakapanayan po natin si Infectious Diseases Expert at Pangulo ng Philippine College of Physicians, Dr. Ron Jean Solante. Maraming salamat po.